Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice radio, so today I am showing you an item card that we've been waiting quite a while for. It's Field Blower, and well, let's just look at what it does first of all. Choose up to 2 in any combination of Pokemon tool cards and stadium cards in play, yours or your opponent's, and discard them. Yeah, we haven't had good tool removal for a while. Once upon a time we had Tool Scrapper, but that went. We had Zerosic, but that went. We had Startling Megaphone, but that went. In recent tournaments we've been reduced to using cards like Beedrill EX to remove tools, a non-damaging attack on an EX Pokemon just to remove tools. Now, decks like Decidueye Vileplume have been playing the Beedrill EX so that they can discard the tools off of Garbodor, and of course when the tool's off Garbodor, Vileplume stops Garbodor attaching a new tool. That's how they win the game. But they've had to use Beedrill EX. That's not good. He's a 2-prize liability in almost any other deck. Now, in terms of getting rid of stadiums, that's never really been a huge problem. You can just play your own stadium, unless your opponent's playing Ninetales, but very few people are. And we've even got Paint Roller. Discard a stadium, draw a card. I have seen that be played in some lists lately which have been doing very, very well. And of course, it is useful under Ninetales lock. But make no mistake about it, the biggest use for Field Blower is to get rid of tools. Your opponent's fighting Fury Belt. We don't want to have to do 220 damage to KO a Tauros GX, so get rid of that fighting Fury Belt. Now we only need to do 180. Sounds like fun. Float Stone to stop your opponents retreating, which is especially good if you combine it with Lysander. Lysander summoning into the active, use Field Blower to get rid of their Float Stone, and now they're stuck in the active and you've got some turns to set up. Spirit Links on Mega Pokemon so they can't Mega Evolve without ending their turn, and it's not out yet, but when it does come out, Choice Band. That's going to be a huge card. Want to stop your opponent doing an extra 30 damage to your EXs and GXs? Well, you'd better be packing a Field Blower. And let's not forget Garbodor. Garbodor's a pain, because when he's got a tool attached, he blocks all abilities in play, other than Garbodor. So we really want to get rid of him if we're relying on abilities. So you use Field Blower, get rid of the tools on Garbodor, and it turns on your abilities. And even if your opponent gets a new tool on Garbodor next turn, the turn you play Field Blower, you've got access to your tools again. That's really nice. But don't forget that you can actually get rid of your tools here. Maybe you put a Float Stone on your Pokemon in the early game to get it out the active. Now you want to switch it for a Fighting Fury Belt while you can. Here's the weirdest and most annoying use you can have for this. You can discard your own tool off Garbodor, and first of all, you get a turn of abilities if you do that before you reattach it, but it also makes Garbodor better. For ages now, we've been scared of putting cards like Fighting Fury Belt or Spirit Link onto Garbodor, because even though that will turn on Garbodor's ability and turn off everyone else's, it will make Garbodor a Lysander target. Your opponent can drag him up into the active, and then he's stuck there. Well, now you can put that Fighting Fury Belt on Garbodor, get the ability lock now, and then in a few turns' time you can play Field Blower, get rid of the Fighting Fury Belt, and pop on a Float Stone. Yes, I know you'll need both Field Blower and Float Stone in hand at the same time, but it's an option you have that you didn't have before. And I know I said that this is primarily for tools, not for stadiums, but if you're playing it for tools anyway, you might as well play it for stadiums. This is why it's going to get played when Paint Roller really saw almost no play. Bit of play here and there, but not a huge amount, because it's got the versatility here. Now, if your opponent's playing something like a Mega Rayquaza and they've got a Skyfield out, you play this, and you can do really annoying things like getting rid of the Spirit Link on the benched Rayquaza, so they can't Mega Evolve, and get rid of their Skyfield, forcing them to go down to a bench of 5 rather than a bench of 8. Pokemon tools are huge. Now, you don't need Field Blower to get rid of stadiums. We've got other options, but we don't really have any other good options for getting rid of tools. I'm sorry, Beedrill. So, we've been waiting for Field Blower for ages. This is going to be an immediate, pretty much one-of in every deck that isn't playing Vileplume. And honestly, even Vileplume decks might play one of these in the hope that they hit it before Vileplume, so they can get rid of any tools that their opponent played, and then get the Vileplume lock to stop them playing any others. This is an item card that will become an immediate staple. I've got to give it between 4 and 5 Wassies. And honestly, that might be a little bit harsh. Maybe this is an even better card than I'm giving it credit for. Tool Scrapper saw a huge amount of play. Startling Megaphone saw a huge amount of play, and tools are no less popular now than they were back then. This will see a huge amount of play. It's a great card. You are going to need to have a couple of these as soon as this set comes out. It is that gosh darn good. Now, you know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. There is a comment section. Go nuts, be nice. There are buttons to both like this video and subscribe to this channel. I would be delighted if you would use them both. You can find me on Twitter at @TheWassie, and the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.